Hi, students. I want to go over the Social Service Agency interview assignment with you. It's worth 100 points. It's a big project, so I want you to make sure that you complete this assignment to the best of your ability. I want you to select a local social service agency and conduct a comprehensive study of the agency, including an interview with one of the staff members. You can find an agency by using the Volunteer Match website that you created an account at the beginning of the class. Also, you can Google perhaps an agency that's close to your home. You don't necessarily have to visit the site, but you do have to call them up and see if you can interview someone with that institution to find more information about the agency. And you will need to provide a comprehensive description of the service agency. And most of the time you can find this through their website. They usually have a mission statement, the population that they'll be working with. And you'll need to theorize, analyze the agency, and link it to at least 2 contents of the textbook reading or materials discussed in lectures. You'll need to include the following. What was the rationale for selecting this agency? What is the mission and goal of the agency? What service programs do they offer? What population do they serve? What type of needs does the agency attempt to meet? And roughly how many people does the organization serve? What does the service cost to the consumers, if there's any? What are the eligibility criteria? Where does the money come from? If it's a nonprofit, how do they find the funding to keep their agency running? How many and what kinds of human services workers are employed by the Human Services Agency? What service programs are most utilized and least utilized, and why? What resources are available or lacking? What did you learn about the agency that you did not know already? Did the service team seem to be well organized? Were they helpful to you when you called? Were they interested in you, wanting to provide information to you? And what have you learned from having completed this project, and how it changed your consciousness regarding your part as being a human services provider? In addition, you can include any pictures or handouts you may have collected either through just researching online, and just send that through as an attachment for me so I can see that you've done some research on this particular agency. And also share your reflections, challenges, and insights and learning experience in this paper. Your study of social agency paper must be 3 pages or more in length. It needs to be typed and double-spaced. There's a lot of information that you can cover, and I just want to give you an example. If we go to volunteermatch.org, this is the website that you created a login account in the beginning of the semester. And so let's say I really want to work or find more information about some women's shelter, possibly in Santa Ana, that I want to interview someone there and get to know more about the agency. So maybe I'll just pick like this Women's Transitional Living Center. If I click on that, it actually gives me the mission statement right away, right there. And, here's additional information. This agency serves battered women and their children. So you can actually call, I wouldn't call this hotline if this is like an emergency hotline, 24-hour hotline, but they don't have like their office number. They do have a PO box. So I would just Google the Women's Transition Living Center and find out, the phone number to see if you can get an appointment to interview someone. So this particular assignment, you'll have a couple weeks to complete this assignment. So I would go ahead and get started on it as soon as possible, so that you can have time to put this together. And also, about some people might have some challenges and difficulties with finding the link to, textbook readings. I would say there's a lot of, for example, you can link the women's shelter here with perhaps chapter 9, and there's, chapter 9 talks about the prevalence of women in domestic violence situation, battered women syndrome, domestic violence, women's issues in general. And so there's that chapter you can link it to. So I do want you to go through the readings of the book and to see if you can link the chapters. I would say if you wanted to organize this particular assignment, it's 3 pages. The first page could be everything about the agency and all the information that all these questions you're going to answer. The second page could be how the population that you've picked or the agency that you've picked correlate to the readings in the books or the different materials and the lectures and the readings, so on. And then the third page could be your reflection. What did you learn about this experience, especially about the agency that you've interviewed and about the people that you maybe found online? What was their credentials in terms of their educational level and how they got to work in the agency as well. So, these are questions that you need to answer within this assignment that's there, but you can definitely ask additional questions if you like. And it could definitely be 3 pages. It needs to be 3 pages, but you can actually add more. I wouldn't go beyond 4 pages for this particular assignment. And, please let me know, email me if you have any questions, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.